Hey Cancer, welcome to your weekly forecast for November 11th through the 17th. We're going to connect here and see what's happening for you in the week ahead. We're going to check in the week with this deck here, and then we're going to do a spirit message or a nature message for you from this deck here. So, as always, my dears, if you like the cards I'm using, if you're curious about them, I always have a link in the description if you want to check those out. We have big energies coming in this week. We have a really significant full moon happening in Taurus, and I know Cancer, many of you are very sensitive to moon energy because it is your ruling, I don't know if I want to say planet, but it is your ruling element, right? So we're going to see what's happening for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Some of you may already be feeling the energies now. The full moon is happening early in the week. So let's go ahead and see what is happening. Here is your Monday, Tuesday, your Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, my darlings. All right, Cancer, let's get to it. Monday, Tuesday, we have Seven of Spells, okay? So Cancer, something, and I'm going to adjust light here in just a second. Something is happening that is causing you to really have to take a stand, okay? This doesn't surprise me because the energies right now are very intense and there could be some conflicts that are happening. There could be some arguments that are kind of erupting because people are really kind of trying to get established, trying to get settled, trying to go after what they want. And sometimes there could be some butting of heads, or there could be, you know, somebody trying to pull you in a different direction than the one that you want to go in. And so something is happening for you in the beginning of the week where I feel like you're having to take a stand. And I feel that this is someone who creates a lot of drama, the person that you might be dealing with. But I feel like you're feeling very proud of yourself because maybe in the past this person has pulled you into their drama, but they're not going to pull you in this time. Like, you're in this really firm, strong energy. And you're taking your stand and you're being assertive, but you're doing it without getting overly emotional. You're doing it without getting pulled into a fight. And you're being able to just kind of, you know, stand your ground without it becoming a big blowout, without it becoming like a huge scene or something. And the thing about it here is I feel like Cancer, this is a really big deal that Spirit doesn't want you to take this lightly. Because what Spirit is saying that in doing this, you're actually raising your vibration. You're making a statement to the universe where you're like, you know what? I'm ready to be happy, or I'm not going to deal with this kind of person anymore, or I'm not going to go round and round about this anymore. Like, I'm ready to do my thing. I'm ready to, like, you know, go about things my way. So you're making a statement to the universe where you're like, I'm not going to get pulled into this cycle with this person or anybody else. I'm done repeating this cycle. And you're also raising your vibration. And that's a really big one. People always ask me, how do I raise my vibration? How do I raise my energy? Being happy is one of the ways. And another thing is like not getting caught or not getting pulled into other people's drama, you know, other people's BS, like just not getting involved in it. And this may be somebody that in the past really knew how to bait you. It could be a family member or someone you've been in a relationship with for a really long time. And you're just like, you know what? Nope, I'm not going to communicate in that way anymore. I'm not going to have that kind of energy. I'm not going to have that power struggle. And they're not able to trigger you anymore. So this is like really a big kind of moment of healing for a lot of you. It's like some personal stand that's happening, you know, and this isn't that full moon energy because it said, you know, full moon's happening early in the week. It's happening Tuesday. So there's going to be a release, a really big release associated with this that's going to really be empowering for you, Cancers. Your next card here is 10 of Challenges, and this totally confirms what I was just saying or what I was just feeling. 10 of Challenges in traditional tarot, you will have seen it as 10 of Swords. And some people are kind of scared of that 10 of Swords energy. It kind of freaks them out. It scares them a little bit because it can be a scary looking card. And some readers might not agree with me and they might not like me saying this. But the truth of it is, anytime I've pulled 10 of Swords for myself, or anytime I've pulled 10 of Swords for any of my clients over the years, because a lot of the people that I read for are people I read for before I started YouTube, and they've stayed with me. They keep coming back. So I get to see what has happened in between the readings. And so because of that, I have noticed that when I pull 10 of Swords for a person, what ends up happening is they make a decision to put an end to something, and it can be kind of bittersweet, but right after they make that decision, really big things start happening, really good things start happening. So I see 10 of Swords as something ending that was really holding you back. And once you're putting an end to it, like you're the one who's deciding to put an end to it, really good things start to happen. It can also associate, like I know a lot of readers say, oh, betrayal, but I've never had it come up in that way. And that's just the way that it's been. And also, it can indicate the ending of an addiction or some kind of like dependency cycle. So I kind of feel like a lot of you Cancers may have been stuck in like this pattern of codependency. And I feel that's what's happening in the early of the week with that 7 of Wands or 7 of spells, is that, you know, some of you are like, you know, standing up and saying, I'm not going to get pulled into this drama, or I'm not going to be controlled, but I'm also not going to get super emotional about it. I'm not going to blow up about it. And so I feel some of you are putting an end to codependency. Some of you might be walking away from a job or a relationship. So I will say this, if you kind of feel at a breaking point already, make sure that you're taking time you know, before this happens, if you see the videos early enough, to put work into your next thing, like your next place, like, you know, having a resume out there, applying to jobs, if it's a living situation, looking around for like living situations, because, and you know what though, I will say this, you know what, I don't think you guys are gonna storm out, because that 7 of Wands is like calm energy. And 10 of Swords can also be like you're in control of it. So I don't think it's going to be like a sudden thing where you're just like, you know what, I'm walking out on this. I don't think it's like that. But maybe in your heart, you're just making a decision, a final decision that you're like, you know what, this just isn't going to cut it for me anymore. Like, this is not working. I don't want the drama. I want to be happy. I want to be able to move on. I want to be able to live a good life. And so I think you're beginning with that 10 of Swords in the middle of the week. I do feel like you guys are taking actions and doing what you need to do to set yourself up so that you can leave something that's been unhealthy or toxic for you. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, my dears, is the Enchanter's Wheel, right? So look, 10. You have 10 coming up twice, Cancer. That's significant. You had 10 of challenges, and now you have the Major Arcana card number 10. And this is Major Arcana, so we know it's a very major thing that's happening or shifting. Some cycle is done, and you are over it. You are moving on. You are like, I am so very out of here. And it's like once you make the decision, it's moving forward very, very quickly. Right? So say like you have been fed up about a job or a situation, it's like you're making a decision, and then before you know it, the doors are opening up. Some of you might have like an interview coming in really quick, and you're walking in and you're getting hired on the spot, or, you know, you've been looking for a place to move because you need to get out of a toxic environment, and it just might happen very quickly. It might just be like, whoa, like this all fell into place really, really fast. I feel for some of you that's happening. You're taking steps to make changes, and it's falling into place very, very fast. You're like, wow, the universe really kind of like made this come together. Thank you, universe. You know, but you know, the wheel can also signify that you're going to come into a time of receiving. Okay, I do feel that, because a lot of you are coming into this energy of standing up for yourself and respecting and valuing yourself. And so with that, I do feel some of you may be receiving some kind of abundance coming in, or some kind of opportunity coming in that is making you feel like you have more of a sense of freedom, more of a sense of, you know, like good luck things coming in. And so Cancer, I'm being told to tell you that in this time, in this high point of these resources coming in, be sure that you're being responsible with them. Because the thing about the wheel is things are in cycles. And sometimes we can have a lot of abundance coming in very fast. And then sometimes it can slow down, right? But if you're cautious and if you're smart as it's coming in, then when things are slow, you're not as worried. You're okay. You know, like you're prepared for that. And then it'll pick up again and you're fine, you know? So I do feel, Cancer, some of you are breaking out of a cycle where maybe in your life, and maybe this could even be a family thing, where like, you know, it's always been feast or famine. Like you're either doing amazing financially, materially, or you're very impoverished or in a very, very bad situation. And so I feel this is an energy that you're shifting, that this is something that you're releasing in the full moon energy, where you're learning to be in abundance and you're learning to be in balance so that you don't have those extremes anymore. Let's go ahead and check out your spirit message or your nature message for the week from a pretty little tree deck. It matches our decor. See what is happening for Cancer. And you have, my darlings, Cedar of Lebanon. Okay. Wow. Very, very cool. The reason why it's cool to me is because as I was preparing this video, I had a certain Cancer in my mind, and that person is from Lebanon, so I thought that was very interesting that Cedar of Lebanon came up. And so far, you guys are the only ones who've gotten this card. So the Cedar of Lebanon is going to be a symbolic here of spiritual strength. And to be very rooted in your own spirituality. So cedar wood is also very valued for being very beautiful, very colorful. It's actually really like repellent against insects and things like that. So it doesn't really get eaten up like other trees might by bugs and stuff like that. Okay, so this is going to be telling us that you are in that energy where you're not going to be able to be picked apart. This really confirms what was coming up in the beginning of your reading, that you're going to be able to take a stand, that you're not getting pulled into somebody's drama. They're not going to get the upper hand on you, and you're not going to get pulled into codependency or being controlled or being taken advantage of. And so you're like that resistant cedar. You're not going to have those bugs eating at you. In fact, they're going to maybe even be repelled, like they're going to be running from you, like they're not going to want to be near you. Spiritual strength here is a big thing too. So I think a lot of you are finding your spiritual connection. And you're coming into the natural flow. You know, think about it. A tree doesn't think about how it's growing. It's just in its moment, and it's in its abundance, and it has what it needs, and it thrives. It just kind of thrives out there. So some of you are coming to the energy of thriving as well. Okay. You might be good to get around some cedars if you're somewhere where you live near cedars, or if it's like accessible or safe for you, or, you know, maybe cedar wood might be a good thing for you to try to get a hold of or carry with you this week. You can find things that are made of cedar, but you know, you don't have to go out of your way to do that. It could just be nice sometimes to have that physical energy incorporated. But overall, maybe do a meditation. You know what? This just kind of came to my mind. It might seem kind of silly for some of you, but I got an idea to like take a screenshot of this card and just kind of do this visualization where you're imagining yourself walking down this path and, like, you know, walking up to this tree and asking the tree what wisdom it has for you, what guidance it has for you on this path. And just be in that meditation and just listen and see what comes up in your mind. Again, it might sound kind of hippy dippy to some of you, but that just popped up in my mind. So you're welcome to try that out if you would like. I think I'm going to do that, even though I'm not a Cancer. I may do that myself, but I encourage you to just really watch your moon sign and rising sign videos as well, because it can bring a little extra information. And I encourage you guys to watch the love videos for November, even if you don't care about love or you're not thinking about it, because the energies are so big. Spirit kind of moves me for the November love videos to channel. So even though you hear my voice voice on the video. It's not me talking. I stepped aside. I let spirit speak. So even if you're not too concerned about love and romance, there could be some really great messages in there for you. So I would encourage you to do this, to watch that. And if you would like a private reading, go ahead and click on the Calendly link in the description of the video. I will be doing a channeled message for the full moon that I'll post either on the 11th or the 12th. So if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do that. Hit notification, and you'll get a notice when the full moon message is up and when the other videos on the channel are up. And I thank you so very much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, Cancer.